Imagine you're at home, casually eating a hot dog, and suddenly this thought pops into your head. What if we invaded the United States? Now, let's imagine something. You're the commander of a rival superpower. You've got ships, you've got soldiers, you've got political power. And for the sake of this simulation, let's assume the US military magically disappears. No aircraft carriers, no drones, no Marines. Let's simplify it. Just land, people, infrastructure. At first glance, you might think, all right, why shouldn't America be mine? But let me be honest, it doesn't work like that. In fact, in many ways, you're stepping into the biggest logistical and geographical exam in human history. Because the United States isn't just a country, it's basically a fortress protected by nature itself. Oceans, not just salty water, but a massive, intimidating barrier. You look at a map and casually say, Atlantic, Pacific. But those two oceans look back at your invasion plan and say, are you serious? Just finish your hot dog. Crossing thousands of miles of ocean doesn't just mean transporting soldiers. It means transporting food, ammunition, maintenance equipment, medical supplies, and most importantly, fuel. A modern force doesn't move without constant supply, and you can't exactly hide an invasion fleet and say, hey, surprise, we're here. A massive landing operation would be visible months in advance. And in the age of social media, millions might literally watch you prepare in real time. Fine, we'll go through Canada or Mexico. Sounds clever. In practice? Not so much. Let's say you land in Canada and think, I'll just drive south. Northern Canada, few roads, harsh weather, brutal terrain. Try the west? Mountains and narrow passes shut you down. Try the east? Long freezing forests stretch endlessly. Okay, what about Mexico? Deserts, heat, lack of water, huge distances. You're hundreds of miles from major cities. Your supply line keeps stretching. And stretching. And stretching. In both scenarios, the problem is the same. Your supply line becomes long, fragile, exposed. For a world addicted to short-form content, even imagining that level of distance is exhausting. Mountains and natural barriers. Let's say you somehow secure the coast. You say, all right, now we push inland. That's when geography slaps you in the face. From the west, the Rocky Mountains. From the east, the Appalachians. Limited passes, limited roads, predictable movement. And predictable movement is like watching a movie after someone spoiled the ending. The hardest part, the people. Let's say the army is gone, but the country isn't empty. The civilian population is massive. Gun ownership is widespread. Local organization is strong. And there are millions of veterans with experience. This isn't a place where you take the capital and celebrate, because resistance wouldn't be centralized. It would be everywhere. Taking territory is one thing. Holding it? That requires enormous manpower, time, and resources. Infrastructure. From the outside, it looks impressive. Highways, bridges, rail lines. But for an occupier, it becomes a headache. The country is enormous. Distances are extreme. If key bridges or junctions fail, the system freezes. The deeper you move inland, the more you realize, I thought I was getting stronger, but I'm actually getting weaker. The defender is at home, comfortable, familiar with every detail. You're stretching yourself thinner and thinner, like an overextended rubber band. The economy. Let's say somehow you succeed on the battlefield. Now comes the real problem. The US dollar sits at the center of the global financial system. Much of the world's tech infrastructure is US-based. If that system collapses, it doesn't just hurt America, it shakes the entire planet. You might think you've captured treasure. Instead, you've triggered a global crisis, and that crisis hits you too. Blow up the pillar holding up the building. And you're standing inside it. Governance. You can't just press one button and say, show continues. The US may look centralized, but in reality it's a network of states, local governments, and thousands of administrative units. Capturing a place is one thing. Managing all of that sustainably? That's something else entirely. So, here's the conclusion. I hate to ruin the dream, but this isn't a military operation. It's a streaming series pitch. On a map, invading the United States might look simple. In reality, oceans, distance, terrain, population dynamics, infrastructure and logistics, economic interdependence, governance complexity, all of it combined makes planting a flag far more complicated than it sounds. 1 month to raise your flag on the White House lawn? Come on, be realistic. Just imagining all of this is exhausting. If you want more exhausting stories like this, like and subscribe.